Hey guys, Mike here from Movie Nation.
And today we are going through a 2019 sci-fi adventure movie called Rim of the World. The movie starts with an astronaut named Major Collins who tries to flee from a malfunctioning spacecraft. She contacts her general who asks her to send the coordinates to Dr. Fielding at Jet Propulsion Lab. But before Major Collins can get out, she is attacked by an unseen creature. Right after that, we are shown a young boy named Alex, who is being taken by his mother to a summer camp in Southern California called Rim of the World. A couple of other young kids, Darius, an outspoken boy belonging to a rich family, and Jen, a cute orphan from China, are also going to the same summer camp. Alex and his mother arrive at the camp. He is reluctant to join the other campers because of his antisocial nature. The camp leader named Logan along with Carl attempts to cheer him up, but Alex finds no fun at all. While waiting in a queue to get his cabin number, Alex tries to talk to Jen, but she stays silent and doesn't respond to him. Later, Alex doesn't go for one of the recreational activities because he is afraid of heights. This gets him a lot of mocking from the other campers as they consider him a misfit for the summer camp. In the evening, while everyone is enjoying the summer camp, Alex chooses to spend time with himself, looking at his father's photograph and recalling the painful incident when his father lost his life in a fire. The next day, the campers are taken to a lake by the woods, but they learn that the canoe isn't in a good condition for the trip. Meanwhile, Jen wanders off into the woods with Alex following him all along. She is excited to find the lookout point she had seen on the camp poster. Right after that, Darius shows up in the woods and attempts to mock Alex by forcing him to look down a cliff edge, trying to cure his fear of heights. Just then, a teenage boy named Gabriel appears and asks Darius to stop bothering Alex. When Darius doesn't listen to him and tries to fight with him, Gabriel gives him a hard punch and knocks him out. Soon, Jen returns and Darius regains consciousness. The four kids hear a frightening sound in the sky and immediately receive alarming texts advising them to quickly evacuate the area. While hurrying back to the lake, they find that the other campers have left. They are terrified to witness alien ships invading the valley. However, the kids consider it as a forest fire and decide to go back to the camp. As soon as they reach the camp, they find that it has been evacuated and everyone left without them. They find a drunken Conrad, a camp counselor who has been left behind. They go inside the dining area and learn that the power is out, which Alex then speculates it to be because of the nuclear explosion in the upper atmosphere. Right then, they encounter a lot of spaceships fighting in the sky. Suddenly, a Dragon spacecraft fleeing TTHE International Space Station lands heavily on the ground. The dying astronaut, Major Collins, comes out of the spacecraft and finds that she has landed on an unintended location. She learns that Alex knows about the JPL, which is a facility of NASA, and so she gives him a key to take it to the facility in Pasadena. She tells him that it is the only way to finish off the aliens. The kids, still unaware of what Major Collins wants to convey, encounter a giant ferocious alien, who comes out for Major Collins and finishes her off. Alex sees the alien's dog coming after them. Next, the kids hide themselves in the pantry and somehow trap the dog in the chimney. Outside the camp, the kids accidentally split in pairs and hide in different spots to escape from the giant alien. While Jen and Alex are hiding in the lavatory, they encounter the drunken Conrad being eliminated by the alien. Right after that, Darius and Gabriel, who are being chased by the alien dog, hide in the exploded spacecraft. Meanwhile, Jen and Alex appear outside the destroyed spacecraft. To save them from the alien dog, Gabriel tries to open up the window of the spacecraft. He randomly presses the buttons inside the spacecraft, which results in firing the alien dog outside, putting it to an end accidentally. After that, they try to escape the giant alien, who sprawls the kids to the ground and ejects mucus into Darius's mouth, but it gets attacked by a flying spacecraft. Then, the kids decide to leave the camp on bikes and take the key to the nearby police station. On their way, they see that the Los Angeles city has been destroyed because of the alien invasion. Meanwhile, the giant alien recovers from the attack and frustratedly roars upon finding its dog's body. In the next scene, the kids arrive in the city and walk through the wreckage. They eventually reach the police station and find it empty of people except for a prisoner named Lou. He persuades Alex to release him as he has a son waiting for him back at home. This reminds Alex of his deceased father. Being an empathetic kid, Alex decides to free him despite Darius's urge to leave Lou in the cell. Later, the kids encounter Marines who are evacuating civilians. Alex talks to the commander, telling him about the key he got from Major Collins. The commander gratefully takes the key, saying that Alex has done a great job and has contributed to save the world from the upcoming disaster. He then puts the kids on the bus to safety. However, alien ships attack the bus and the military vehicles, which results in eliminating all the soldiers. The dying commander gives back the keys to Alex, urging him to take them to Dr. Fielding at the JPL safely and save the world. When they are at San Gabriel Valley, which is 40 miles away from JPL, Gabriel reveals that his house is nearby. During the night, while the kids take refuge in Gabriel's house, he explains that he is an escapee from juvie where he was imprisoned because of a misunderstanding at his mother's store. He tells them that a customer assumed that Gabriel was trying to steal his money at the deposit box, unaware of his dyscalculia. After that, the kids go to sleep, but they are attacked by a couple of spooky masked men in the middle of the night. One of the men turns out to be Lou, whom Alex released back at the police station. He reveals himself to be a criminal and that he tricked the kids into releasing him. He is convinced to let the kids go, but only if Alex gives him the key, which Lou intends to sell on the black market. When Alex refuses, Lou attempts to finish him off, but right before he can attack him, the giant alien from the camp appears and attacks Lou and his fellow man. The kids run away to save their lives, but Gabriel comes up with an idea of luring the alien with glow sticks and trapping him in the backyard swimming pool. In the next scene, while the kids are walking in the forest, Darius and Gabriel fight and Darius reveals that his father has lost the car dealership, indicating that he will go to jail, and this is the reason why Darius was sent to the summer camp. Suddenly, they receive on their transmitter an SOS from Dr. Fielding, whom Alex was instructed to give the key to, encouraging them to continue their journey toward the JPL. They arrive at a small mall and change clothes. After that, the group takes a Ford Mustang in the mall's parking lot, which they discover Jen is able to drive, but they are again attacked by the ferocious alien. They abandon the car to escape the alien, but Alex realizes that he left the key in the car. Darius decides to get the key by going alone, but as soon as he gets it, he gets injured by the alien. The group somehow manages to save Darius and they get away with the key eventually. Right after that, the kids arrive in Pasadena, which is only 1.7 miles away from JPL. Meanwhile, Jen confesses her love for Alex in Mandarin. Alex doesn't understand her, saying that his Mandarin is rudimentary. They finally reach the facility and find that Dr. Fielding has lost his life. The SOS which the kids have been receiving was only because of his blood dripping on the doctor's transmitter. They lose hope and think that they have been struggling all the way for nothing. But just then, the kids are able to contact General Cowrie at NORAD. At first, after learning that the facility has been destroyed, he tells the kids that nothing can be done against the aliens now. However, Alex stays strong-headed and bravely talks to the general, asking him to tell them the way to use the key and defeat the aliens. Then, General Cowrie explains that the key holds information that can be used to destroy the alien mothership in orbit through a Cold War defense project named Excalibur. Jen decides to go into the basement to carry out the process to defeat the aliens, but before she leaves, Alex gives her his watch that belonged to his father, so that she can keep track of time. Meanwhile, Alex, despite his acrophobia, goes to the roof to realign the communication dish. Jen is terrified to find a few deceased doctors in the basement and then succeeds at switching on the generators that get the computers working in the facility. General Cowrie asks Darius to insert the crypto key and wait for Alex to connect the dish before they launch the Excalibur. Darius and Gabriel find that the giant alien from the camp is about to attack Alex, and so they attempt to alarm him. Before the alien can attack him, Alex carries out the job and escapes from the alien successfully. Meanwhile, Jen accidentally unlocks an alien dog in the basement who attacks a dying doctor. Darius passes out because of the wound on his chest, and Gabriel calls the other two kids to help him launch the Excalibur. Jen somehow eludes the alien dog by trapping it in the basement. General Cowrie directs Gabriel to get the two launch keys from the safe locker, but because of Gabriel's dyscalculia, he fails at remembering the code. Passed out Darius regains consciousness and helps him enter the code by writing it on a piece of paper. As soon as Gabriel gets the two keys, the general commands him to insert them at the same time. Jen returns to the command room to help him carry out the task, but the giant alien intervenes, which is soon lured out of the command room by Alex. In the meantime, Jen and Gabriel succeed at inserting the keys at the same time, which as a result launches the Excalibur weapon. Alex lures the alien into an engine test room and finishes it off with the engine's exhaust. As he sees the alien being incinerated and the fire around himself, he has a flashback of his father who lost his life while saving Alex in a fire. Darius, Jen, and Gabriel evacuate the JPL building. Alex reunites with the group and they all watch from the ground as the alien mothership is blown up in the atmosphere. In the final scene, Alex is reunited with his mother. The kids become famous for saving the world from the alien invasion, and the movie ends here. Thanks for watching, guys.